Hi everyone, and welcome to week 3 of Opening to Receive. It is the last week of this journey that we are taking together, but by no means it's the end of our journey. While there were 3 distinct phases of this program, life is not linear and neither is healing. So you might find that you'll revisit something from week 1 at the same time as something from week 2 coming up. Healing is not neat and tidy. Transformation is definitely not neat and tidy. And it happens beyond time and space. So everything is happening simultaneously and not in a linear fashion. So we simply can't say, well, I've worked on that, tick, and so I must be on this stage of my evolution. And as you probably know, that absolutely never happens, because sooner or later, what we have worked on pops up again into our awareness, especially if it's a big life lesson that we have committed to healing on the deepest level that we can as we move through this lifetime. So while you may seem that you often go backwards, or that you haven't been learning your lesson properly because you keep having to revisit it, none of those things are true. Those are your ego's way of trying to make sense of it, because in the linear world, action will produce an outcome, and if your outcome creates the same result, then you may go revisit and think, well, I didn't do it properly the first time round. But life is cyclical and healing cyclical, and so whatever we feel that we have journeyed through may very well come back again as you come back to the same place as you move through life, right? But you are learning and growing, and hence you are coming to it from a higher and higher and higher perspective the more you travel along. So something that may have grounded you for weeks may only ground you for 1 week or a few days, maybe even a few hours now. So there's always progress if you choose to look at it that way. Or you could get stuck on the fact that, why am I still going through this, and not see that it serves as a reminder of how far you've come, as much as it is an offering for a way to go even deeper as well. So change is not static. We don't simply say, well, we've moved through that doorway of change, and so the past will never haunt me again. And on some level, it is true. On some level, when you release what may have held a charge over you, won't any longer. But that's not to say that the change is still an active decision you have to make in every given moment. So when you are at a crossroad, you have a choice. You have a choice to say, do I go down the old street, the one that I've always travelled along, or do I try this new one? And that opportunity presents itself over and over and over again. The more you practice allowing yourself to sit in that state of empowerment, so you remain in choice, the more mindful you become in choosing what supports you. So rather than subconsciously rehashing the same story over and over again, because falling onto the same path over and over, it's just much easier. It doesn't require your conscious awareness. It also doesn't allow you that opportunity to choose something different. And so now you are rising. Now the energy supports move towards empowerment. And this empowered state means that you no longer default to the victim mindset of why me, why is this happening, why am I going through this again, into one where you realize you have choice. You have choice to create. You have choice to choose. You have a choice to choose over and over and over again. No choice is set in stone. And no choice is right or wrong. It's not about making the right choice. It's about making a choice. Because when we sit in indecisiveness, that's a choice in itself. It's a passive choice, but it's a choice. It's a choice to say, well, I don't feel I'm worthy to make a choice here. I don't feel confident within myself. I don't feel connected to my truth to be able to make this choice. So I invite you to go down that path that's going to move you towards a higher state of being. I invite you to let yourself be in that state of mindful awareness. The lesson is in every moment. And if you choose to see it, you're going to be able to move through these lessons with more ease, because you're no longer fighting it, you're no longer resisting, you're no longer trying to control and maintain the status quo, but you're in a state of flow. So being in a constant state of flow means that you tap into the universal life force. And energy needs to be in motion. Energy needs to move. So if you're trying to hold on to anything because you're afraid of losing it, or you're afraid of what may or may not come, then you're stopping the flow. You become stagnant. Stagnancy creates fear and separation. The exact things that become a barrier to then opening yourself to receive change. So it's quite a chicken and egg thing, really. But it means that you can break that pattern at any point. You can break through at any point when you decide to make a different choice. And as I said before, it doesn't matter what choice it is that you make. It's about moving that energy around. It's about taking steps forward, gaining momentum, and then you'll be led. So this week is about your rising. It's the final week. It's, it is the last step in our process together. But as I said before, it doesn't mean that things from week 1 or week 2 may not resurface as you continue to rise, because as you rise, it's going to trigger more stuff that might come up, because you need to see what may have blocked you in the past to truly embody this state of empowerment where you feel confident to allow that flow of incoming and outgoing energy in an equal and balanced way. I hope you enjoy week 3. The healing has been sent, and the healing focused very much around your throat area, which is about your expression. It's about who you want to show up in the world. How do you want to communicate who you are to the world? It is about your vocalization of who you are, but it's more than that. It's about all aspects of expression. So who you are, or who you let yourself to be, is very much tied into who you allow yourself to be. And so this is what we're going to explore this week, so that there is no doubt or question around how you interact with the world. Very much like a child doesn't think about who they are, they just are. And that's the quality that we want to reignite within us. That pure, innocent knowing of who you are, what your needs are, what your desires are, and being unapologetic about all of that. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you again in a week's time.